Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very, very well today. I've still got a bit of the flu, so that's why I sound a little bit stuffy still, but I thought I would share a review with you all. So this is back to my normal reviews. This is a French horror film. I'm putting it in the horror category. It's more of a thriller, but it still qualifies as horror in my opinion. It was made in 2006. This film does not get talked about at all. I reviewed this a long time ago on the House of Horror, but I thought, because it's French horror, I wanted to do a review of it as well on my channel, so here it goes. So 2006, directed by Eric Barbier, and this movie is called The Serpent. Now, the story is as follows. By the way, this is in the French language, English subtitles, so if subtitles aren't your thing, you're not going to get anything out of this one. I do apologize for that, but you know the drill by now. So the story is as follows. Revenge has been a long time coming. Vincent Mandel is a photographer, caught up in an ugly divorce and fighting custody for his children. His already troubled existence is blown apart by the appearance of a ghost from his past, Joseph Plender. Seductive, sympathetic, Plender is nonetheless utterly ruthless, a predator motivated by pure hatred of his former classmate Vincent, and hungry for vengeance. It seems that Vincent's only chance to escape is to enter his world. Get ready for a thrill-driven, edge-of-your-seat ride into the terrifying world of the Serpent. So we have the main character, Vincent Mandel. He is going through a divorce, and he's quite an unlikable character. I mean, he's just got an unlikable personality, and he's going through a very bitter divorce. Now, things are further complicated when Joseph Plender comes into his life. Now, Joseph is an old, someone from his past, from his childhood. He used to go to school with this guy. And there are things that happen in the past, which I'm not going to go into, I don't want to give anything away, that cause a little bit of weirdness between the two. And Joseph comes across as very helpful and very caring, and he wants to help out Vincent because there are events that unfold, which I'm not going to go into, but that's what forces them to reunite after such a long time. So at first, Joseph wants to help, but then it turns out that Joseph is quite obsessive, and his helpful sort of attitude is motivated by something quite sinister. And pretty soon, Vincent is being set up for things that he hasn't done, and his life just takes a turn for the worse. And before Vincent realizes that Joseph is there for different reasons, it's already too late, and Vincent has to fight against Joseph. Otherwise, Joseph won't only take his life, but will ruin the lives of his family. So I'm going to leave it there as far as the synopsis goes. If you want to know more, then I would highly recommend you go out there and check this one out. This is a Region 2 UK release. I don't know if you can get it anywhere else. I've never heard of this film, so yeah, if you want to check it out, then the UK release is the way to go if you want this one. Now my thoughts on the film. A French horror film that has never been spoken of. I got this one because I was just flicking through the movies on Amazon, and I saw this one, and I thought French language, it sounds really good, and it's a horror film. Once again, a thriller, but I'm going to qualify it as horror. So I took a chance. It was very cheap, and I gave it a look, and I was really, really happy with what I got. This kind of reminds me of Cape Fear. Now, I say that because of the villain. Now, the villain wasn't as good as Robert De Niro's Max Cady, the remake of Cape Fear, but he was equally as menacing. Now, the villain is played by Clovis Cornillac, who is quite a well-known French actor, and he had this vibe around him that was really, really menacing. And he, as I said, he really reminded me of Max Cady. So if you see the film, and you'll know what I'm talking about, you can kind of compare the two villains. And the overall feeling to the film had a very Cape Fear sort of feeling. So if you like Cape Fear, the chances are you'll really like this one. It's quite a slow burning sort of film. There is no gore, but there are some bloody scenes. But it's not a usual French gore fest. But the suspense is really, really good, and as the plot thickens, it just keeps on getting more and more interesting. And by the time it ended, I was just hoping that it'd keep going. So the pacing was excellent. I mean, the director really nailed it as far as pacing goes. The acting was absolutely outstanding. I mean, Vincent, the main character, really wasn't a sympathetic character. As I said, he was quite disliked, but you liked his family, and you didn't like that he brought his family into this trouble. But having said that, he wasn't the type of guy that you'd hope die. But I thought with a little bit more sympathy for the main character, it could have been even more scary. You actually felt more sympathy for the villain rather than the main character. So I thought, if the character development was done a little bit better and the main character was more likable, I thought it could have come across as more scary. But having said that, this is a fantastic film. Now, as I said, the acting was great, the cinematography was great, the director really made some very spooky scenes. So, I'm sure that a lot of you out there haven't heard of this one as far as French horror goes, but it's definitely one worth picking up because, I thought the mood to it all was great, and as far as thrillers go, it was really good. Now, the ending, I didn't like the ending. I thought it went down a little bit Hollywoodish, but having said that, it doesn't overshadow the many positives that this film has. So the positives far outweigh the negatives as far as this one goes. I would highly recommend it if you're into French thriller slash horror. You won't be disappointed. So yeah, that's The Serpent. It also goes by the name of The Snake. So if you can track it down, I would highly recommend you give this one a go. Alright guys, that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later.